What up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Unscripted Sports Show. I'm your host, MoneyE. We'll be talking about all things sports, NBA, NHL playoffs are coming soon, about 3 weeks. I think 3 weeks, probably 2 weeks. I think April 15th or something. The NBA, I think. I forget. Let me check when the playoffs start. NHL playoffs. I don't know when they start. The finals. Let's see. They start April 19th, so that's in 19 to 18 days. I think the NBA starts April 15th with the stupid playing game. The playing tournament starts. When do they start? Yeah, I'll be going over the whole scenarios and the latest scenarios and all that. Yeah, so April 15th starts the play-in tournament, and the first round tournament starts April 19th, same as NHL. So NHL and NBA start the same day, April 19th. I'll go over the scenarios for those after I talk about the Elite Eight of men's and women's and the Final Four preview and predictions. I'll do that first, and then to end the show, I'll talk about the MLB, talk about the first weekend, and all that jazz. I'll probably talk more about the MLB on Friday's show. So I usually do this on Mondays, but um, I wasn't able to do it yesterday, so I'll do it today. So it'll be either Monday or Tuesdays. Probably mostly Mondays. I like to keep it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I won't be able to do a show tomorrow, so it's only going to be it'll either be 2 or 3 throws a week, mainly Monday and Friday, maybe sometimes Wednesday. But Monday and Friday is my target for to do shows. Mondays will be my weekend recap, mainly MLB when NHL and NBA are finished. It'll be mainly MLB recap, but when the playoffs start, I'll do Mondays will be my weekend recap plus MLB Power Rankings 15. Week one will be I'll reveal that next week because I wanted to have a full week of baseball so I can do Power Ranking 15 full week, not just a weekend. So I'll do that next Monday. And then Friday will be probably preview of the weekend and recap with the games from the during the week. So I'll probably be doing steady MLB, mainly MLB in the summer, but once the playoffs start, mixing with playoffs and MLB will be mixed in. So all these shows will probably be more sports talk. And yeah, and with March Madness ending this Monday, I'll probably talk about national championship too next Monday, mixing with the baseball. So all these shows will probably be mixed in with different sports. But as the summer comes along, it will be mainly baseball, because that's the only one that's gonna be playing. So it'll be recap. It'll be most of the summer, and then some NFL mixed in. I'll probably do some NFL shows in the next couple of weeks, because there's some NFL draft. Hopefully, I can get my brother and Cliff to talk about NFL draft. Think possibly doing a watch along for NFL draft round 1 on that Thursday. So I'll keep you posted. So there'll be some NFL shows coming up. No NFL talk today, because there's kind of more important things to talk about: college basketball, men's and women's Elite Eight, and then we got the Final Four coming up this weekend for both of them. The championship games coming up in Tampa Bay for the women's, and San Antonio for the men's. All number 1 seeds for the men's, and 3 of the 4 1 seeds for the women's. UConn prevented all number 1 seeds in the women's too. So, but yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. And then MLB, recap the weekend. NHL, NBA, as I said, playoffs are starting April 19th, so we get into the scenarios there. I haven't been following NBA in the last couple of weeks because of the college basketball, but we'll get to that. NHL, we'll get scenarios there. Probably do that after I do this March Madness recap. But before that, before I do that, well, we do that. So let's get to it. Elite 8 recap. Let's get to it. Elite 8 recap. The men's. Let's start with the women's. So let's get to this. So yeah, UConn defeated USC last night in the final Elite 8 game to advance to the Final Four. Yeah, Texas defeat TCU to advance to the Final Four. And then on Sunday, you had... When did I do this one? I don't know why I did this. So yeah, you had UCLA defeat LSU to advance to the Final Four. And then you had South Carolina, the defending champs, defeat Duke to advance to the Final Four. And South Carolina will play Texas. And UConn will play UCLA. And then you had Texas defeat TCU in the third Elite Eight game. In the final Elite Eight game, you got USC losing to UConn 78-64. Page went off again. Third straight game with 30 points or more, tying the UConn record, women's record. So Page is going off this tournament. I think UConn's winning the tournament, and I think they're gonna defeat Texas. I think Texas is gonna beat. So I don't know what. Let's see. So yeah, I think UConn winning was great. Texas defeating TCU, and then you got UCLA defeating LSU, and then you got South Carolina defending champs defeating Duke. Your Final Four is South Carolina versus Texas, and UConn versus UCLA. That's the nightcap. That's the second game. The first game is South Carolina and Texas. I think Texas defeats. My Final Four predictions is Texas defeats South Carolina, and because everybody wants South Carolina versus UConn, but I think Texas can beat South Carolina. I'll go out and say that, and then UConn beats UCLA to go to the championship. UConn versus Texas that Sunday for the national championship, and Page wins the national championship. Yeah, Page wins the national championship, and yeah, I'll probably recap that on Monday as I preview the men's national championship. As far as the men's, you had I really need to. Okay. I don't know why. So April 2nd. Twenty-ninth. So you had Florida defeat Texas Tech in the comeback. It came back from, they were down. It looked like they were going to lose, and they were down. They were down like double digits, if I remember correctly. I was watching the game. They were down double digits, but they were down. Let's take a recap. I think they were down by like 10. They came back. Because what it was, Texas Tech couldn't make their free throws. They missed two free throws of a 1-1. And then, so Texas Tech could have put them away. They were down 74. They were down 75-66 with less than 3 minutes left. They were down 9 with less than 3 minutes left, and Florida started to come back because Texas Tech couldn't make free throws. That's right, yeah. Texas Tech couldn't make free throws, and especially over 1-on-1, they missed 2 of those, and then Florida went down and scored on both of those misses, cut the lead, and then Clayton, who's a phenomenal player, gave Florida a lead 78-77, and they didn't look back after that. And they won 84-79. After they took the lead, Florida took control of the game and they won. Williams missed 2 late threes. And then the Red Raiders went on a 12-2 run, go up 10, but couldn't hold on late. Yeah, so Texas Tech was up 10. It was like in the middle of the second half. So the fact that they couldn't I don't know why I did that. The fact that they couldn't hold the lead and Florida came back shows a lot of grit by the Gators, and it shows that you have to make your free throws in college basketball. So in basketball, you have to make your free throws in basketball because it will come back to haunt you. And it came back to haunt Texas Tech. So let's see. And the next game wasn't even much of a game. Alabama versus Duke. This wasn't much of a game. The Duke dominated this game from start to finish. Alabama couldn't make a 3. All they did was shoot, jacked up the 3, left and right, and they couldn't make any 3. Anytime they try to make a run and they made a few 3s here and there, Duke would counter and stop that run. So Alabama never could come back. They couldn't make any 3s. They couldn't make any layups. They couldn't make anything, especially in the second half. It was a frustrating game to watch because I'm a North Carolina fan and I wanted Duke to lose. So yeah, that was pretty pathetic by Alabama. And I'm not an Alabama fan either. I think they're a fraud team. Next day, Tennessee and Houston. Houston dominated Tennessee. Defensive battle held Tennessee to 50 points. That is a very impressive feat. Houston finally gets back to the Final Four. First time since 2021 when they lost to Baylor. And ironically, Baylor had LJ Cryer, who was now in Houston. So it all comes full circle for LJ Cryer. He defeated Houston in 2021 as a member of the Baylor Bears, and now he's a member of the Houston Cougars 4 years later in his senior season. In his freshman season, in 2021, as a Baylor Bear, he defeated Houston, and then in his senior season, he goes to the Final Four as a Houston Cougar. So it all comes full circle for LJ Cryer. To top it all off is to win the national championship. And then Auburn defeated Michigan State 70-64. Score doesn't indicate it wasn't that close of a game. Auburn pretty much dominated the game. So the 2 games on Sunday weren't great, but they were pretty much dominated by Houston and Auburn. Which, by the way, I think is going to hopefully be the national championship game. My predictions are, I think Houston defeats Auburn. Houston defeats Duke, and I'm going to say Florida defeats Auburn. So Florida defeats Auburn, and it's going to be Florida versus Houston in the national championship. And I think Florida wins the national championship on Monday night. This Monday night. even though just the way the tournament's playing, I think Florida's going to win the championship. I think they've been playing the best consistent ball all tournament, and I think they've been the most impressive team all tournament. So that's why I think they win the national championship. And ironically, last time they won a national championship was 2000. Last time there was all number one seeds was in San Antonio, and that was, I believe that was the last time Florida won. Did they win in 2009? I forget. Let's see. I know they won in 2008. They won back to back. Florida. No, never mind. The Kansas Jayhawks won the national championship in 2008. I thought it was Florida. My bad. It was, yeah, the Final Four. That was the last time it was all number one seeds. Was 2008 was the last time all number one seeds won. I mean, got to the Final Four. So what's that? Was, I'm trying to think, was Kansas the number one overall seed? I think they were. No, North Carolina was the number one overall seed that year. So yeah, I think Florida defeats Houston in the national championship next Monday night. And so yeah, women's I got UConn versus Texas. Men's I got Florida versus Houston. Two Texas teams get to the championship and they both lose. Florida and UConn win the national championships in men's and women's. So those are my predictions for that. So, let's talk about NHL. The recording. Let's talk about the latest NHL playoff pictures. So, Stanley Cup playoff clinching possibilities in the Eastern Conference. The Carolina Hurricanes, and Maple Leafs are both idle but can clinch playoff berth. Either Canadians lose to Florida or Columbus lose to Nashville. Meanwhile, the Tampa Bay Lightning need to beat the Islanders, but they also need Canadians and Jackets to lose in regulation. On the West side, the Golden Knights have multiple paths to the playoffs. They can clinch with a win against the Oilers or by earning a single point against the Flames. And then the Flames losing to Utah Hockey Club or the St. Louis Blues, Detroit Red Wings losing regulation. Which teams have secured a playoff spot? It's not really anything. I thought this was going to be more than that. That was stupid. Let's just do this one. The NHL regular season is wrapping up with the campaign set to conclude April 17th. Here's how the playoff scenes work. Blah, blah. Here's the playoff pictures. Maple Leafs lead the Atlantic Division. They have current first round matchup would be the Ottawa Senators. The Lightning have earned the second seed, 91 points. In the Atlantic Division, their current matchup would be the Florida Panthers. This is if the playoffs ended today. The Florida Panthers are third in the Atlantic, 91 points. Their their opponent would be obviously the Tampa Bay Lightning. So Panthers, there's still a chance that the Lightning or Panthers can win the Atlantic over. So this all can change. In the Metro division, the Washington Capitals are pretty much won the division. I think they already clinched it. They won the division, if I'm not mistaken. I don't see how they haven't. There's less than 10 games left, so they're up 9 points. So yeah, I guess. But they pretty much clinched the division. Their first round matchup would be the Montreal Canadiens. They would be the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Carolina Panthers, 94 points, second in the division. Their matchup would be New Jersey Devils. If the playoffs ended today. Regular season ended today. The Jersey Devils, obviously Carolina Panthers would be their team. And the wild card would be Ottawa and Montreal, and that's why Ottawa would play Toronto and Montreal would play Washington, because Washington would have the top seed. And they would play the second wild card, obviously, which is the 8th seed. And then the Rangers, Blue Jackets, Red Wings, Islanders, and Pittsburgh Penguins are still in the playoff hunt to get one of the wild cards. Probably the last one. I think Ottawa is secured in the wild card number 1. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 teams. And no, 6 teams playing for the last wild card spot in the Eastern Conference. The Rangers, the Jackets, Red Wings, Islanders, and Pittsburgh are all still in contention with about 8-9 games left, maybe even 10. In the Western Conference, the Central Division, the Winnipeg Jets, I think that's the most points in the NHL. Yeah, Winnipeg Jets are fighting with Washington for the President's Trophy, which I don't think either one of them would want. I think it's bad luck. I don't know how recent, if it's still bad luck, but. And then you got Dallas Stars, 102 points, who are fighting with the Winnipeg Jets for the top spot for Central Division. So that's still wide open. And their opponents will be the Colorado Avalanche if this playoffs started today, and Jets would be the Blues. And Colorado Avalanche are third. I think they're locked into the third, and their opponents would be the Dallas Stars. I don't know how far back they're for the wild card. So Vegas, 98 points. Their opponent would be Minnesota. And the Kings are trying to catch up to them, but I don't know if they will. And their opponents will be Edmonton. Edmonton obviously will be Los Angeles. And they're basically fighting for home ice. The wild card, I think Minnesota is still trying to fight. Minnesota and St. Louis still can get into one of the top 3 in their division. So, or can get the 3rd spot in their division, I think. So as of right now, they're in the wild card, but I think both of them still can get top 3. I'm not sure what division they're in, but whichever division they are, they're only 94 points, not 89 points. I think Minnesota is. I want to say Minnesota's in the Central, so they still can catch up to Colorado. And the Blues, I want to say they're in the same, so they still can catch up to Colorado. So wild card spot in the third spot in the Central are still grabs, I think. And then you got the Flames, you got Canucks, you got Utah Hockey Club, all fighting to get the last spot. So that's the NHL scenarios as of right now. Talk about Alex Ovechkin chasing number 99, Wayne Gretzky, the best hockey player of all time. Great one. He's chasing the record for most goals in his career at 894. He's 4 away from tying and 5 away from winning. 5 away from winning. 5 away from breaking it. And there is watch this on X. So yeah, he's at 890. He's 5 away from breaking the Great One's record at 894. And let's see. Oh, I didn't even show it, did I?
And Reeves like to the front looking for an Ovechkin deflection that went high. Alex is still there. Score!
So he scored his 890th goal of his career. Of his great legendary career. He now has 37 goals in the season. Ovechkin. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 games left. Yeah, Boston, Carolina, Chicago, New York, Carolina, Columbus twice, New York, and Pittsburgh. I don't know if the Pittsburgh game is on the road. Trying to figure out when he could break it. If he can break it at home. So I'm pretty sure he went to break it at home. No, trying to figure out how. Why can't I just get Washington's schedule? That's all I want. We have Boston on the road, Carolina. They have Boston tonight. They have Carolina on the road tomorrow. There's Chicago at home, Carolina at home, and Jacket. So it's last chance to break it at home in front of the fans, because this might be his last year. Will be the 13th against Columbus. So he needs 5 goals. So he needs to. I think he can do it. I think he's going to do it against Columbus. That's my prediction. I think he gets 2 goals against Columbus and race it against Columbus. So it'd be exciting. I'm not a huge hockey fan, but I've always liked Ovechkin, so I will watch that on the 13th, because that will be his last home game. Hopefully he can break it down in front of the fans. Now let's talk about the dreaded NBA. I love the NBA, but yeah, NBA has been so not worth watching. I'll still watch the NBA playoffs. That's how much I love sports, but especially my team sucks. They suck all year. Yeah, that's a disaster. I can't wait for the season to end. So right now, the playoff picture in Eastern Conference is Cleveland, number 1. Boston 4 games back for the number 1 seed. New York, 3rd. They're probably fighting for the 3rd with Indiana. I would say they're locked in. So 1 and 2, Boston still has a chance, but I don't think they're going to do it. I mean, they're on a 10-game winning streak, I think, right? They could. Boston could catch up to Cleveland for the number 1 seed, because that's important for home court. They play each other in the first round, which I don't in the first round, in the conference championship, conference finals, Eastern Conference Finals. I don't think they will. They probably will, but I think Boston can win either way. New York is probably locked in the 3rd. Indiana, Detroit are fighting for as for home court. They're going to play each other. And Milwaukee is only a game behind Detroit for number 5, so they can get number 5. And then the wild card, the stupid play-in, I hate playing. It's Atlanta, Orlando, Miami, and Chicago. Pretty much locked in. I don't know if there's anybody else, but Atlanta. Hold on, I have to charge this. So you got Atlanta, Orlando, Miami, Chicago for the play-in the Eastern Conference. They're all bunched together, so Chicago still can get number 7. Orlando can get number 7. So this is all bunched together. It's pretty much these 4 teams, just what seeding is going to be. None of them are going to catch up to Milwaukee. So the top 6 are the top 6, and the top 2 are the top 2, and 3 and 4, 3 is New York is pretty much locked into 3, if not 4, and then 5 and 6 are 5, 6, and 4, 5, and 6 are still to be decided. So top 3 are locked in pretty much, with Cleveland, Boston fighting for the number 1 seed. New York's pretty much locked in number 3. Indiana, Detroit, Milwaukee fighting for 4, 5, and 6, whatever order. And then 7, 8, and 9, 10 is pretty much whatever order is going to end up in. Western Conference, OKC, obviously number 1 seed in the Western Conference all season, the best team in the NBA all season. Houston, no chance of catching up. Denver, no chance. Houston, Denver fighting for number 2 seed, pretty much. The Lakers are fighting with Denver for number 3 and number 2. So the Lakers are fighting for 3 and 2. They're trying to catch up to Denver and Houston. And then Memphis is trying to catch up to the Lakers for number 4. Golden State is trying to catch up to the Lakers for number 4. So Memphis and Golden State still can catch up to Denver for number 3. Or even number 2. The number 2 is still up for grabs. Number 3 is still up for grabs. Number 4 and 5 and 6 are up for grabs. So number 2 through 6, who knows how it's going to end. For all we know, Golden State goes on a run, wins the rest of the game, they could be number 2. Lakers could be number 2. Memphis, I don't know what the tiebreakers are, but. And then you got Minnesota and the Clippers trying to get into the top 6. So Golden State better be careful because they could fall into the play-in. So the Western Conference is such a mess that Lakers, Memphis, and Golden State could still all fall. One of them still, two of them could still fall into the play-in, even maybe 3. Because you got Minnesota and Clippers trying to catch up and be in the top 6, and they could get in the top 6, and Memphis and Golden State could fall. The Lakers could fall. I don't think Denver will, but Golden State's only 3 games back from Denver from the 3rd seed, and only about 5 games from 2 seeds. So Golden State is only a half game up from Minnesota for the 6th seed. So it's such a mess that who knows what will happen. The next 3 weeks will be fun. It will be interesting to watch. So that's the playoff scenarios. Not much. The Thunder can clinch number 1 seed in the West. The Cavaliers, the Celtics, and Knicks have clinched playoff spots. The Thunder clinch the number 1 seed. Playoff chance. There's not much to go on. It's the Western Conference. I don't think there's any. And then Phoenix still had a chance to catch up to Sacramento for the 10th spot. So in the Eastern Conference, there's nobody behind Chicago. So all those 4 teams are locked into 7 to 10. It's just a matter of the order. And Phoenix can catch up to Sacramento. So yeah, so you got Minnesota, LA, both only a half game back from Golden State, and they're trying to get into the top 6. They don't want to play in the play-in. And you got Dallas, Sacramento trying to hold off Phoenix. So yeah. That's the NBA playoff picture. MLB opening weekend. And there were some games out yesterday, so. But MLB opening weekend. Let's check out the standings. This includes last night, obviously, and there's games tonight. So I might predict some games tonight just for fun. But the Yankees 3-0, Rays 3-1, Orioles 3-2, Jays 3-2, Red Sox 1-4. Yikes! You got the Chicago White Sox 2-2. Cleveland Guardians 2-2, Kansas City 2-2, Detroit 1-3, Minnesota 0-4. They're one of 3 teams that are winless, and the Yankees are one of 3 teams that are still undefeated. Angels 3-1, Rangers 3-2, Astros 2-2, Athletics 2-3, and Seattle 2-3. So Athletics had their home opener last night in their new stadium, Sacramento. Beautiful stadium, by the way. I thought it was gorgeous. I thought it was a nice stadium. For a minor league stadium, it's pretty gorgeous. And they honored the great Ricky Henderson, rest in peace, great number 24. They honored him, but they didn't win. So that sucks. I thought they would win. The Phillies 3-1, the Marlins 3-2, Mets 2-2, Washington Nationals 1-3, and the Atlanta Braves 0-5. Yes, the Atlanta Braves were one of the favorites to win the NL East. It's 0-5. Yes, it's only not even a week into the season. They played San Diego, who's really good. I'm really surprised they got swept. I thought they were going to split that series. I am really surprised they got swept. They got swept by San Diego, and some of those games weren't even close because they couldn't hit. The Atlanta Braves cannot hit right now. The Braves cannot hit for anything right now. I think Sunday night they only had one hit. I think another game they only had one hit. So the Atlanta Braves cannot hit right now, and they're playing the Dodgers. So their schedule, their first 7 games are brutal. Go to San Diego, go play San Diego and LA. You get swept by San Diego, and then you have to go to LA to face defending champions. And that team, they could very well start 0-7, going back home for the home opener on Friday against Miami Marlins, and then the Philadelphia Phillies coming to town next week. Boy, that's a rough way to start the season, 0-7, going into your home opener. That's not fun. And then St. Louis 3-1, Cincinnati 2-2, the Cubs 3-4, Pittsburgh Pirates 1-4, Milwaukee Brewers 0-4, Dodgers obviously 6-0, Padres 5-0, Giants 3-1, Arizona 2-2, Colorado 1-3. So the weekend, let's take a look at the weekend scores. We can take a look at yesterday's scores too. But I want to take a look at the Thursday scores first. Kind of recap the first weekend of the season. The Phillies won 5-1. The Yankees are hitting. They scored 12 runs on opening day and win 12. No, it's not. It's Thursday. Wrong game. The Yankees scored 1-4-2 in their home opener. The Jays got smashed by the Orioles 12-2. The Red Sox defeat the Rangers. That was their only win. 5-2. The Phillies won 7-3 in extra innings. Took extra innings to score. It was 3-3, obviously, and then they scored 4 in the 10th. Cleveland defeats Royals 7-4, which surprised me. I thought the Royals were going to come out and guns blazing, but they won. Cleveland won 3, scored 3, and see that's why I don't like extra inning rule, because it benefits the road team. And then it puts the home team in a disadvantage. And then the Astros defeat the Mets, the almighty Mets, and scored 1 run in their debut, in their new team, in their debut game. And Soto's debut game was the Mets. I think he went hitless. He might have had 1 hit. Giants defeat the Reds. Obviously, the Padres defeat the Braves 4-7-4. The Braves had 7 hits in that game. They had 7 hits in the first game. 9, and then the White Sox defeat the Angels 8-1. White Sox, and then the Marlins defeat the Pirates. Everybody had the Pirates because of because of us. Why am I saying Scooble? Scooble plays for Detroit. Well, I forgot. Skate. Whatever his name is. Forgot his name. Skips or whatever. Skins. Is it Skins? What can I see? No. Yeah, Paul Skeens was on the mound and everybody had him. He had 7 strikeouts. He won me a parlay, so I had him going 5 and I had him going getting 16 outs, and he's exactly got 16 outs. And the Cardinals defeat Twins. The Dodgers defeat the Tigers 5-4. Cubs defeat the Diamondbacks 10-6, and then the Mariners defeat Athletics 4-2. Then Friday, yes, I'm gonna go over the weekend. for the audio people too. So make sure you can listen to Spotify and on Amazon Music and Apple Podcasts. The links will be in the description. So listen to that. Or on YouTube Music too. So you prefer that. Saturday, Tampa Bay won their season opener 3-2. I forgot that their stadium got wrecked by the hurricane, so they're playing the minor league stadium too, and the Yankees in George Steinbrenner Stadium, where the Yankees played their minor league AAA team, I think, right? So they played there. Beautiful stadium too. So they won 3-2 in their home opener. The Jays get back and won 8-2. The Pirates won 4-3. So and then the Rangers got back and defeat Red Sox the next day 4-1. Mets defeat Astros 3-1, and Soto hits his first home run of the season. Arizona defeats the Cubs, tied that series 8-1, and they won 8-1. The Flyers won 7-0. Man, the Mariners continue to be bad. Their pitching is good, but wow, they can't hit. Atlanta lost 4-3, so got 5 hits in the second game. Okay, scored 3 runs. It seems like the next 2 games were nothing. And then the Dodgers won 8-5. And the walk-off home run by Mookie. Sunday, the Yankees scored 20 runs. 20 runs. And won 20-9. Aaron freaking Judge had 3 home runs. 3 home runs. I wish I could show it. I don't know if I'm allowed to show the highlights. Maybe from X. Let's see. Oh, yeah, so Aaron Judge had 3 home runs. Maybe we can show him X. And he had another home run yesterday, so let's see. Aaron Judge. This is on Sunday. So, I didn't even start, so I'm not even going to show it. Like 3 home runs on Saturday, another one on Sunday. Yankees won 20-9 on Saturday. Let's check out who else hit home runs. Let's see. Goldie hitting home run, playoff home run. You got Bellinger, and you got Aaron Judge, all hitting back-to-back home runs to start the game. Aaron Judge hit 2 more after that. You had, this is off their former pitcher, what's his name? Costas, who they traded for Devin Williams. So yeah, and then Jazz hit a home run too. They all hit home runs. How many home runs were hit? I don't know how many home runs. But 1, 2, 3 by Judge, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 7 home runs were hit. I think they hit 7 home runs on Saturday. It might be 7 or 8. But yeah, the Yankees went off on Sunday. And Saturday. It was Saturday. Sorry. Let's get to yeah. And the Angels won 1-0 in a pitcher's duel. Cardinals won 5-1. The Jays lost 9-5. The Phillies won 11-6. The Royals beat the Guardians 4-3. Improved to 1-1. The Reds beat the Giants 3-2. 1-1. Some of these teams didn't play Friday, so that's why it's 1-1. Colorado beat Tampa Bay 2-1. Another pitcher's duel. Miami beat Pittsburgh 5-4. The Red Sox lost 4-3. The Astros won a pitcher's duel against the Mets 4-1. Mets only got 1 hit. Yay! Congratulations, Mets. You only got 1 hit. The Braves lost 1-0 in another pitcher's duel. There was a lot of pitcher duels on Saturday. Besides the Yankees and the Phillies. I think the Phillies and Yankees are the only ones that went off for double-digit runs. And then the Orioles went 9 runs. So, And then the Cubs won 4-3. The Dodgers scored 7 runs, so they kind of went off 7-3. The Detroit Tigers and improved to 5-0. And then Seattle lost another one 4-2. And Sunday. You got the Nationals avoiding the sweep. The Yankees went off again, scored 12 runs. As I said, Aaron Judge hits another home run in this game. Blue Jays defeat the Orioles to split the series against the Orioles. They won 3-1. The Reds lost 6-3 to the Giants. The Rays won 6-4. Marlins won again, 3-2. And then the Guardians won 6-2. Take that series. The Angels won 3-2. Take that series. The Cardinals won that series. Sweep the Twins, which I didn't think would happen. I thought the Twins were going to win that series. The Red Sox lost 3-2 to lose the series 3-1. I thought that was going to be split. D-backs avoid the series loss and split with the Cubs 2-2. No, actually, yeah, 2-2. Because I forgot the Cubs were already 0-2. So that the D-backs won 10-6 and split the series against the Cubs, like I said they would. The Mariners actually won a game, 2-1, avoid the sweep. No, they split the series with the A's. Like I thought the Mariners were going to win that series. I forget what I predicted. Sunday Night Baseball, the Padres defeat the Braves 5-1 in a one-hitter to sweep the Braves 4-game series to the Braves. I thought that was going to be a split. I honestly did. And then let's take a look at yesterday, the new series. White Sox won 9-0. Royals smashed the Brewers in their home opener 11-1. Wow. Who hit home run for that? Let's see this. Bobby Witt didn't hit home run. No. Royals defeat the Red Sox in their home opener 8-5. The Phillies won 6-1 in their home opener with the Colorado Rockies. The Reds won 14-3. Wow. And then the Mets beat the Marlins 10-4. It went off. Tampa Bay won 6-1 against the Pirates. Toronto won against Washington 5-2. The Cardinals lost their first game and lost 5-4. The Angels. Astros lost 7-2 at home. The Giants. Padres won 7-2 against the Guardians. The Mariners lost again 9-6. And then the Chicago Cubs scored 18 runs in against the A's in that ballpark. I'm assuming that ballpark's going to be a lot of runs. Especially in the summertime, that ballpark is small. Scored 18 runs. Wow. They scored 5 and 6. Back-to-back innings. The fifth inning scored 5. Sixth inning they scored 6. Had 21 hits. Won 18-3. Wow. And then the Braves lost again 6-1 against the Dodgers and improved. And then they fought to 0-6. Dodgers improved to 6-0 and the Braves fought to 0-5. Sorry. Well, that's it for MLB. So let me do the plugs. Listen, subscribe, like, comment, hit the bell, notification bell for all our channels. Wrestling Through the Years, our flagship, and then Staffcast, and then the When Tunes Combined. Friday night we'll be taking a look back at WrestleMania 40, night 1 and 2. We're going to be reviewing night 1 and 2 this Friday on Wrestling Through the Years. Check that out live at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time with myself, Doug, Daniel, Cliniff. I think Cliniff will be on. And then Saturday we'll be doing Stabcat. No, not Stabcat. When Teams Combine. We'll be doing Garfield versus SpongeBob live. And then Stabcast on Sunday with Mindy and Daniel. So check those out. Subscribe, comment, like, hit the bell, leave any feedback. Yeah, that's it. For MoneyE, I think that's it. Oh, I wanted to talk about the coaching carousel, college basketball. I totally forgot about it. Let's end it with the coaching carousel and college basketball. Totally forgot about that. So, yeah. Florida, who hired Luke Locke, replaced Leonard Hamilton. Yeah, so Buzz Williams goes to Maryland. That happened today. Here's the other ones that happened. Florida State hires Luke. And then I don't know where he's from. I thought he was from Drake. Let's look. So Drake, so Darren Devise, he was at Virginia. Okay, yeah, he was the one at West Virginia. And Iowa hires Ben, who I think was the Drake head coach. No, Northern Iowa, I think, right? Yeah, he was the Drake head coach for only one season. And then Miami hires Lucas, who that was an early hire. That was like last month. That was like 2 months ago. He was hired, or a month and a half ago. That he was from Duke. Minnesota hires Nico Medved. Let's see where he was from. I think he's from Colorado State. So he's from Colorado State. And then NC State hires Will Wade. I forget where he's from. Will Wade, what's from? Let's see. Will Wade came from McNeese. That's right. Okay. And then Texas hired Sean Miller from Xavier. That was like a week and a half ago. That was after Texas got eliminated. And Alex Jensen, I don't know where he came from. Came from Oh, he was an assistant coach in the Dallas Mavericks. Okay. Villanova just hired Kevin Willard from Maryland. That was a big controversy because he kind of denied it. Kind of he kind of trashed Maryland's program, saying he needs more, and writing was on the wall for him to leave. He was saying without saying it, which was left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Ryan Oldham came from VCU. Wow, he goes from VCU to Virginia. Okay. West Virginia hires Ross in Rodridge, places the guy that left for Indiana. Yeah, Indiana. He was the North Texas coach. Okay. And then Xavier hired Rich Pitino, which I thought he would have been better off in Villanova, but Villanova is interesting. And now the opening jobs. Remaining jobs filled by Williams for a unit for and then who else? It's in Maryland and New Mexico. It's still. Some New Mexico was so that's it. That's it for now. It's in New Mexico. It's open too, so maybe next week I will update. But yeah, that's it. So for MoneyE, I'm out. I already did the plugs, so that's it.